I like I like your passion, SG. And the same passion where all man get them. At the same passion, would not support the challenge for the regime genuinely. Would not even advise the type of things and way they fit do and for overcome that regime. But one thing we would not see am na say those ingredients that for change that regime no dey. Issa Tchiroma that make am clear already say e no get the support from the Chadians, the Central Africa and the Nigerians we he don't try for reach out for them. They don't basically tell say Cameroon be on his own. At this stage, realistically speaking, what can Issa Chiruma do to advance the cause which he has championed? Number one cause, the solution to the Amazonian crisis. He has championed a powerful solution. Number two, solution for transition of Cameroon. He has challenged a powerful cause. Number three, fixing the errors that have led to the abuse of Cameroon in the said place where they torture people, they abuse Cameroonians. How can he advance these things? Will he advance it by refusing to become part of the government and just staying out and remaining like John Fundi or becoming President Elu like Maurice Kamto? No, he will not advance anything. Resisting the government at this stage and fighting forever will not change anything. It is a zero-sum argument. If John Fundi in the 90s, when he won the election, he seek to present not himself, but his party political manifesto and said, this is what we have, this is what we want. If Paul Biya have picked his phone and called the Issa Chiruma and offer him prime ministry posts and also positions for his allied, trust me, think about it, reason about it rationally, and then you respond. Who do you think will ever want Issa Chiruma to come inside that government? People like Paul Atanganji will never want it. Ferdinand Gongo, they will never want it because Issa Chiruma, you may think that, okay, if he's in the government, he's not going to do anything. There are a lot of restrictions there and all these things, he cannot do anything. Just his mere presence there will change and transform the government itself, will expose things in the government that were never previously exposed in ways that establish truth, that are going to bring benefits to the common Cameroon man. It will push the solutions that he has proposed, he has pushed. That is the only way. The state is such an important institution that if you allow in the hands of criminals like Paul Atanganji, it is a people that are going to suffer for the next decades that come. Even if the new president Frank Biya come in that government and he doesn't have voice within his ministerial positions that speak for the people, contrary voices that raise issues that are of concern to the people, he's not going to succeed. It's like the argument that we made in Ambazonia that all parliamentarians should leave the parliament when we know that it will not be effective. What is benefit for what can bring more benefit for the people? Do we not prefer the time when the SDF were even jumping in the parliament, singing song and challenging the government, even though it resulted to nothing? It demonstrates to the world that this government is not listening to its own people because they are standing on proper ground to make their case. What do you prefer? Given the conditions in Cameroon now, what do you prefer will be for the benefit of the Cameroonian people? You tell me, what options do you think? Do you think Cameroon is capable of rising up against Paul Biya? No, they are not. They have demonstrated that they are not. You will not wait if some person not thief your team, or some person they will yes, some person the rape your picking or seize your woman. You know what the tongue and say you go wait on Monday before you can act. No, you go act now. The Cameroonians have not overpowered the Cameroon military that are blocking all the junction today. When the verdict came out, they are sleeping out the verdict. They have made process to sleep out the verdict slowly to see the population reaction and for them to calm down. They have calmed down. Nothing will happen on Monday. If something was supposed to happen on Monday, what you saw in Garwa will not start in Garwa, will start in Yaoundé. Cameroon does not matter what happened anywhere because it is a colonial type of government. Only Yaoundé matters. The only influence that can come from outside Yaoundé to Yaoundé that will matter is a military march. Without the Chadians rebels that are for pay and the Central African rebels that are for pay, there is no other option for any march into Yaoundé. The only option will be an uprising in Yaoundé. That's why Paul Biya have strategically put Ngongo You know, Ngongo is the only guy member in the government who is from Fang. These are the real native people in Yaoundé who own that land. He has appeased them because go up Canada, when they look at Ferdinand Ngongo, they know that they are the ones who are still in control. The other people in Yaoundé who are also native in Yaoundé are the pygmies. They don't have influence in Cameroon. Most of them have gone them to the forest or in Congo. The next tribe, the biggest tribe, which are local people in Yaoundé, is the Ewondo people. Ewondo people is Bia is a Ewondo man. The Bulu Beti tribes who are all there are under his hands. So he don't care what happened around the country because he knows that it cannot affect him in Yaoundé. A million man march in Yaoundé to be called. A million man march should have been called already. They could have been on the street. A country for popular uprising to succeed, they need to be able to occupy their central government power. They need to be able to occupy their parliament to demonstrate a rejection, outright rejection, where the military will refuse to open fire on them and even mingle among the population. If we haven't seen that now in Cameroon, it is not on Monday we are going to see it. You cannot count on the Bamilikis who have migrated into Yaoundé to be able to be bold in a strange man land to succeed. The reason why we Ambazonians succeeded in our uprising, even though scammers came in and spoiled it, is because Mancho BBC is a man con man. He come from that land, that Nadia Papa in land. Those of us foreigners in Mancon could not make the impact. People don't understand why the rising in Obamenda was successful. It's because of Manchu BBC. He come from that land. The people in whom they were championed by somebody from whom. Siseko come from Southwest. Now in Cameroon, they need for them to have succeeded in the popular uprising, which is what Issa Tchiroma have said that he will use. It's popular uprising for call on the people to rise up, rely on those people to rise up. If we analyze this particular option, there is no route for that option to succeed in Cameroon. How do you expect the people to rise up when those people themselves, they don't have that courage to do so? Their culture have been polluted. The Francophones have to feel what we Anglophones felt so that the country will be united in consensus that this government is not the government that they thought. Pobia have used the Anglophone crisis and the war in Ambazonia to unite the country behind himself and deceive the Francophone that he is the guarantor of their sovereignty. He even convinced them for the past 6 years in particular that he has the mandate for the people. He's there because they have chosen him. He's there because they support him, trying to capitalize and translate their opposition for separation of the country, capitalizing on the fact that they don't want Ambazonia to succeed, capitalizing on that flat fact to rally the population behind him. He used people like Atanganjipo to generate the war in Ambazonia, to gain support and stay in power. He himself has said so in his speeches, his end of year speeches, 20th May speeches. For the past 4 years, his only reason of staying in power was because of the Ambazonia crisis. He deceived the Francophones that he was there by the choice of the people. Now it is clearly established through this election, which was crucial to establish in the mind of the Francophones that this man was a scammer. He never had won any election in Cameroon. He probably does not represent the Cameroonian people. They will come to the realization that this man did not even come to power because he won a vote. He was put there by Amadou Ahidjo, a France-Afrique choice to continue to keep Cameroon under French influence. That is what they have to come to realize. They must realize realization is power, is knowledge, is the beginning point of change. Unfortunately, that country have not even gone through these initial stages. Francophones are still not in realistic view of their future and their country because of their hatred of Ambazonia, hatred of an Anglophone, tacit support of what the government have been doing to us. They have been blind. Now we must say to them what they had told us. They told us in the beginning, make una do calm down or make una support the government. Una do negotiate no. Make una just leave the things secession no. Now at the time we for tell them the same thing. Francophone, una calm down. Una no fi go far. Una no fi do anything. Una no fi beat pobia. Una no fi succeed. Una calm down too. Una negotiate, no? Una ask for, una arrange, una things them for inside house. Perhaps when all the Cameroonians realize ourselves, perhaps we will generate the type of education that the population needs to be able to reject this type of slavery that we find ourselves in. But at one time, a slave must assess yourself, can we now overpower the master? Have we a master enough force? Because those who are outside cannot even support us if they don't think that we have what it takes. It takes education. Our generation was willing to rise because we had educational program like Cameroon Calling, musicians like Lapiro de Banga who educated our people. Mimba we. You want dame, you mimba we. No forget it, something for etudi. Me una shine una eye. A crise economic idea. Me people they realize themselves because our population is not educated. We have to start do the job of educating our people, engaging in debate, in TRTV, engaging in conversation, challenging the government from positions of strength. Issa Tchiroma is strong today because he was in that government, playing that game. We have to understand that it is by being there that will make meaningful changes. Not being there will wipe out any possibility. If Ernest Nwani had joined the government as prime minister, the French government, there are a lot of things that they don't care about so much. Do you think Paul Biya and the Bulu, they care so much about the money that is coming out from the poor? We are concerned about business people sending their ship to Cameroon and being exploited. We can eliminate all of those. We can eliminate the issue of ID card. We can eliminate the issue of Ambazonia. They can eliminate a lot of things to make the life work for people. I speak from experience. The first accomplish I did in the Canadian talk was to knock Moja out of game because I know he was a pain in the ass of our people. You don't think that our people's psychology of abuse and trauma have been helped by that? It has been helped. They are no longer humiliated by this man. Don't you think Cameroon will be better off without Paul Atanganji from power? Yes, there will be benefit. There will be. They should look at this issue pragmatically. That's why we are investing in talking to people, receiving all type of arguments and so that let us think together. We are not imposing our will on our people, but we are coming to them sincerely. A true leader does not go out there just to say what the people wants to him to say. If we're doing that, we will never be of service to them. Leadership sometimes requires you to go out there and say what people need. You don't just listen to what a leader does not just succumb because you're afraid that people are going to say Issa Tchiroma is a traitor. Do you think I was not also concerned that people will say that I'm a traitor if I tell our people that the violent means have failed, or that our Ambazonian independence is not attainable within a short period of time? But I knew the danger and I saw the damage that the arms was doing to us because it was not making any headway, and how some radical people were introducing policy that were going to crumble our chances of ever rising up again. And I said those things. When I said that we should stop the ban of brasseries, do you think that I didn't think that people would say that I'm a traitor? But what was more important to me was not myself, was not my image, not the impression people will have, but what the benefit those people will benefit from what I was saying. It was for the life of those soldiers, the life of our struggle. And that is what ultimately we have to expect from leaders, and we have to push for them.
Man, I'm listening to your message, and every point I will read, I listen, I will intercept. You are a father. Let me not say Père de la Nation. I hope that spirit no enter you. Chairman, don't make me, let me tell you, don't make me what I have in mind for you. Don't make it to die down. I always see you like somebody who is disciplined and who always fight for a genuine cause. You understand? And I've always believed you for that. Humanity and principle. Chairman, between God and man, that means your conscience. How you go really feel? that you are letting the back act of the car. That means like the public is so superior that the population cannot fight for change. Because if you are talking what you are talking based on this Tchiroma alone. Let me tell you, the population that needs John Fudi had, the support that I had, with the one Tchiroma had today is two different things. The population of 1992 and the population, these are the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs, or that one was the one. It's different thing. Maurice come to different thing. And Maurice come to waste and try to mobilize a different thing. Chairman, this is not the right time to start giving those kind of messages. That the way you are saying, it doesn't have the what ingredients? What ingredients? That's what I want to know. Tell me the ingredients. That Issa Tchiroma doesn't have to remove the President Bobia in chair. If it's all about Issa Tchiroma, it's all about the people of Cameroon and they are suffering. Look at the road to Njiko, look at the road to my village, look at the Kumba Buya road, the deteriorated nature of the road. Look at people cannot even download a single megabyte. Look at the schools that people cannot even, graduate cannot even operate a single computer. Look at the poor electricity. Chema, what are you talking about for 3 years? That you be telling somebody to concede. You're not even telling the person that these are the things we prefer. I don't want to talk myself.
Is the population in Yaoundé, Douala rising up? They want to, but they are there. You know, it doesn't matter if you want to do something. Almost doesn't count. You have to do it. Are they rising up? No, they are not. They want to, but they are not. They don't have Mancho BBC to lead the way. Douala can rise. It will have an effect, but not a terminal effect. Is Yaoundé rising? Yaoundé is like a ghost town. They sit in their room and they cry. They talk on social media. What good would that do? How would that translate? I wish it was the other way. I want them to do this. But as I must acknowledge that they are not doing what we expect. They are not doing what we believe will be able to change the government or overthrow the government, or overpower the government, or take back their right from these new colonialist ancestral powers that have held Cameroon hostage. That is the truth. What do you address this diagnosis? Should you play the part of just being dumb and say that, okay, let us reject them. Let us surrender this government to them and let them do what they want to do with it? It's such a powerful institution that is going to be crushing us even further.
Want the population of Cameroon to rise up. Only some of you, the activists, majority ambassador, they have written message. You have been fighting for 9 years. There's no need for you to be fighting. Just stay in the house. Hundreds of thousands of messages, ambassador, don't do anything. This doesn't concern you. This doesn't concern you, and you want to free yourself. This is concern the whole about Cameroonians. So everybody has said this. But whether I like it or not now, I'm giving my word here tomorrow. We'll see on Monday. Monday is not far. We are praying for change. Even Bible want it. God is not a mock. Yes, it was not crime. It was not a crime for God to remove Saul and put David. Saul was alive when David was made king. Sometimes when the children of God have cried, they have cried enough. We should not be thinking like, because no, people don't die, master. People don't die. If man the Eric cannot talk, so they mean say we cannot go anywhere. No, we cannot go anywhere. It's better say you stand for your word. They made the thing happen. Not being say something go there. We see them in a process and this kind of comment they come out. So how you encourage the people them? How you encourage people like me? Your follower, your member, your company member, how you encourage me? For say at least I know if you that means there's something we cannot fight for. There's no need for fighting. Everything will change, even including your own self. There's no need to fight for your company. There's no need. Anyhow it has been, that's how Canada has been. So don't fight for anything.
I think in my own conclusion is that we have pushed the people to fight. We push the people to push Maurice Kamto to do the right thing. He didn't do it. We look at Issa Tchiroma. We supported him. We do ask him to do the right thing. He did the right things. We all supported him. We pushed for an uprising at the right moment. We even come with a decision when the Supreme Court gave the decision for the population to know. They wanted the decision to go out like Romo. But we know that the right thing was for people to know. We bring it out there so that the people can know and react. How many people did bring that out? We have tried everything to push them. But we must also recognize that how effective are we? Look at the opposition themselves. How effective were they? When they were making the case for Issa Tchiroma in the Supreme Court, did they go there again? It was only Ndamjoya's daughter was there, who was standing there with him. Joshua Osi was there in Douala drinking his beer. Akeremuna was there somewhere in Boya, trying to look at them. I'll see how they will do them. That type of our mentality say, if you feel succeed, you get talent. No man who can support you. Look at the journalist there, the Mimime for she's going there to interview her friend, interview this guy, Lena. They are not interviewing the people that will bring fire to the fiery spirit to the people who are there on the street. Why they don't go and interview the Secretary General of Issa Tchiroma? Have you seen them interview any of his activists? Because they too are protecting their platform. Their Camoris come to have not succeeded. So for them, nobody. They are just doing this thing now is just for convenience. So we just have to put our public interest first. It is not that we don't want the population to arise and escalate, but can they and are they doing it? If that is not the case, what do we advise the leader, Issa Tchiroma? Do we advise him to go and hit his head on this rock now? Maybe he has a plan, but we always know that if those plans were real, we will see glimpse of those plans. The real alternative to overthrow this government at this stage is only by military power. The only way for him to assert the will of the Cameroonian people is only by military force. The Cameroon people at this stage are not ready to do what it takes. They want what they want. Yes, you can desire iPhone, but can you buy it? Can you buy Lamborghini? You may desire Ferrari. Can you buy it? You cannot. Cameroonians cannot make the sacrifice. You think that the Francophones who want freedom can sacrifice for that freedom? Look at Longue Longue. Look at Longue Longue, how he likes money. Look at the trauma he went through. But he's still there sometimes begging money from the same people. That is a true reflection of what Cameroon looks like. How do we get to a place where the spirit of resistance can come back from the people? We have to start building it block by block. This time, not the block by block by Ayabacho, but block by educating our people, bringing back the traditional values that we have, the conservative values that we used to have, that we own this country. It is our own future. Let us take responsibility of building, of cleaning the city, of doing things, take initiatives, of being innovative, and promoting the values that will be constructive for our future. We have to take those future in our hands and have people that enable it and don't block it because they want the country to be so poor that our survival instincts will always be played upon. If people who don't have something to eat hardly can fight. And dictatorships strive by keeping their people poor.
Hello, bro. Brother Beck, I want to share some small thing about this problem we're there for Cameroon like this. Right now we believe say the group of this regime with Mr. Paul Biya as their leader, they don't like this country. They don't like this Cameroon. They don't like the people of Cameroon. After 42 years, 43 years, he don't be for power as president. All the enjoyment wey this country don't give you, I be facing now. He go think say e good make it do a peaceful transition, make it hand am for another person, make it consider his own personal family situation, in age and in family, so that when he go see how other man dey rule, he go dey take glory say I'd give this power for the right person. Wetin be wrong with these people? If he no give power now, na the biggest mistake wey His Excellency President Paul Biya don commit for his life and for a political career. And as a human being, he don't commit a very serious evil against himself and against the people where they entrust you with power. Against the people where they allow him to rule them, even with lies telling, even with oppression, even with manipulation. Why you want continue to do the same thing now? One question I would ask and say, if they give him that power on Monday, he sure for rule this country even for 48 hours, he no go fit. The way do I talk and so, many Cameroonians, more than 20 million, they talk this very word. At the year I'm in the spirit. Even you where you did at the talk with you now, my brother, you too, you surely talk this kind of word for your mind. He no go fit for govern this country. A group, a cabal where they claim say they know, they no go fit. They will be very, very surprised how the population it go take them unaware. Bro, I thank you as you listen for me. More we continue to do the right thing. We want to serve the people. Thank you very much.
Yes, my brother, that is true. Paul Biya do not have 2 years to live. Paul Biya do not have 2 years to live. So we know that for sure. It's a very sad situation. But we know the person behind his campaign. We have shown our people glimpse of truth based on our own, the fingerprints that we have seen. We know that Paul Biya, his transition is to choose his son, Frank Biya, to lead the nation. Frank Biya is behind Gongo and all those drama. You saw him doing the campaign of Paul Biya. He is the one in charge. He's the one to take power from Paul Biya, which is a very sad thing to see this type of primitive way that the French want us to be living under. Politique de la paix des nations. Yes, that is why you see Leviathans and vampires like Paul Atanganji telling Cameronia, Paul Biya na papa, Paul Biya na le chef de chef. One will be Kiwi Bamena, chief of chief. Chief, did they ever move chief for power? But Cameroon is a modern society. Yes, they remove chief for power. Uransia for Bambili, they remove, I don't know whether Bambili or Bambui, they remove chief for power. Chief, they become lost relevance for society as society they become modernized. Our people are not really primitive. They want us to be that. They have suppressed us. They want us to be poor. They have pushed us. But there is one word, my final word I want to leave them as we observe things them and the things that they come on Monday. Nasewiti. Sometimes in life, where the power of a man is short, that is when the power of God starts. Sometimes God intervenes in the affairs of men, hearing and answering the cry and prayer of the poor, the heartbroken. Cameroon is indeed a nation of heartbroken people, powerless to take their own destiny in their hands without any support. As we talk for Bamenda, cow we no get day, na God the driver, he fly.